What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Neeks Sports. This is your AC Milan versus Manchester United preview. It's going to be a quick preview today. I did promise you lot yesterday that I'll try and do one before the match. Very busy day today, and I've got the football dugout, of course, at 7 p.m. Q&A, football dugout Q&A over on the football dugout channel. So make sure you go and check that out soon as we are done here. But yeah, this is the match preview, man. I mean, it's a big game. It's a big game. We've got two chances of winning the trophy this season: Europa League, FA Cup. Europa League, a competition that we didn't want to be in, a competition that we didn't start the season in. We fought tooth and nail last year to get into the Champions League, yet we've still ended up back in the Europa League. But it is what it is. We have to deal with the matter at hand. And AC Milan, with the away goal, 1-1 from Old Trafford from the first leg, they had an advantage, and the matter at hand is going to Milan and scoring at least one. We have to score. If we don't score in this game, then we're out. That's a guarantee. Nothing is more certain than that. We have to score today. And if we do score, I think we could get 1 or 2. I think we can win this game. I don't see any reason why we should go to the San Siro and fare Milan. It wasn't a great performance at home, yet Dean Henderson wasn't pulling off save after save after save. The one save that he really should have made was the one that resulted in their equalizer, their late equalizer. That's a reality. That's a fact. So I think, yeah, we have to be cautious. We can't go in there brazen thinking we are bigger and better than you. Yes, we have to respect Milan, but we also have to be confident in our ability. Milan haven't won at home, and I think it's about the last 4 games in all competitions. Their run in Serie A hasn't been great. They were top of the league, like we were at one point, but they were top of the league as well in Serie A, and it's fallen away from their Inter. Their rivals have taken charge of that title race, and it's looking a long way back, not as long as us, but a long way back for Milan. So we have to go there with an air of confidence. Yeah, our form hasn't been great, but we're unbeaten since we lost to Sheffield United at Old Trafford. We've got a few draws in all that as well, but we have scored goals. We beat Sociedad 4-0 in the away leg, which was the first leg in the last round. In between that time, we've beaten Southampton 9-0. We scored 3 against Newcastle, 3 against Everton. And of course, we beat West Ham in the big game that we had on Saturday in terms of a race for top 4. So for me, I think it's an important game. 1, to get through to the quarterfinals, and 2, to relieve a bit of pressure on Solskjaer. There's been a lot of talk of the quotes that he had in his pre-match, talking about basically our trophies, the best judgment of progress. And he said something that was very similar to that of Pochettino some years back in terms of trophies being for ego. And people have used that, especially, specifically the Ollie outers, but have used that, clipped it out of context and said, see, he's downplaying the importance of trophies. And I mean, he didn't. Within the same interview, he said that trophies are important, but the trophies come. And the difference between him and Pochettino dismissed the FA Cup and dismissed the League Cup, caught in search of Premier League and Champions League glory. Solskjaer's done it last season, granted. He rested up in the FA Cup because we were playing, 2 games a week in pursuit of top 4. But in the Europa League and in the League Cup, we got to the semi-finals, and he played stronger teams than he did in the previous round. He brought back David De Gea for both semi-finals last year. This year, he's trusted in Dean Henderson where he didn't trust in Romero last year. So there's been no, you can't excuse him of foregoing competitions or not putting respect in the competitions. He's definitely done that. We've just fallen short at the semi-final stage, 4 times now in total. So for me, I think it's important that we get through this tie. I know Solskjaer wants to. It's a big week. We had to play West Ham, which was a big result that we got. We need to get a good result here, so a win. Of course, a 2-2 draw sends us through, but 2-2 sounds too nervy because they just need a goal and then they go through if they win the game 3-2. We need to win this game. I want us to be in a position going into the last few minutes where AC need at least 2 goals to win the game. That's what the position I want to be going into it in the last, say, 10 minutes or so. And then we've got the big game against Leicester on Sunday. So it's a big week for Manchester United, a big week for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. There's talk about him getting a new contract, whether he deserves it, should they wait to the end of the season. I do think they should wait to the end of the season. It wasn't the club who brought this information out. You know, it was leaked. We don't know when they plan to actually confirm these the contract in terms of signed, sealed, and delivered. But I do think that he should get one because I'm expecting us to finish in the top 4. If he can get a trophy this season, it will be a very, very good season because nobody expected anything at the beginning, and we're in a position where, you know, we're 1 game away from Wembley in the FA Cup, and we're a few ties, so the quarterfinal, semi-final away from potentially another final in Europe. So this game here, I think it's a big game because I would say going into this round, the 4 favourites, I would say, was Manchester United, AC Milan, Roma, and Shakhtar Donetsk. Shakhtar's been slapped 3-0. They're going out. Roma will be through. Spurs are going through. Arsenal are going through. One of us or AC Milan will going through, and that would be for me the new 4 favourites. And of course, the draw will have to decide who you put as the favourites or who's likely to go through, etc. But I think we can win today. You know, we've got some big players coming back as the title suggests. Pogba is back. Van der Beek is back. Unfortunately, Cavani, Martial, they are not fit enough. Neither is Bailly, so that's a bit of a loss there. But I think Pogba being back is so important. In the first leg, they dominated us in midfield. You know, there's a lot of talk about Kessie, etc., and they dominated us in midfield at Old Trafford, which is not good enough. Our away record, however, is very good. And I think, yes, we are very good on the counter-attack, but AC Milan are not prime Barcelona. We don't need to be going there and allowing them to dominate possession and dominate proceedings. Yeah, they're going to have possession because they're a good side. They're second in Serie A. They have to be respected. But we can't be playing them like they're Man City. I don't want that. Yes, play to our strengths and hit them on the counter-attack, but make sure we've got the players also to control the game when the time is necessary. And having Pogba in the middle, of course, with Bruno as well, will give us the person to do that. We didn't have that last game. I think we had Matic playing. We had Matic and Fred and McTominay, whoever it was in the first leg, and the ball just kept coming back, and we were literally just playing on the break. So you can see from my team here, I've gone with Dean Henderson. The news is that he will be starting, and I'm happy if that is the case, which it should be, because as much as for me, David De Gea is still the number 1 this season, Dean Henderson is the cup goalkeeper. And if you say at the beginning he's a cup goalkeeper, you trust him, you have to allow him to play all the way through the cup. You know, it's funny because we didn't start in the Europa League, but he is a part of the team as to why we are in the last 16 of the Europa League. He played against Sociedad. He played in the first leg. Yes, he made an error. We should be going to this game 1-0 up. He made an error, but he is in this team, so he should be starting today. He should be starting against Leicester on Sunday, and David De Gea should return for the Premier League games after the international break. I'll go with Wan-Bissaka, Luke Shaw as the fullbacks. I think, you know, Telles played in the first game. We have to go with our strongest team. We have to go with our strongest team. We're going to have to end up rotating come Sunday, but we deal with that when that moment comes. We have to go with our strongest team, and that is Wan-Bissaka, that is Luke Shaw over Telles. Bailly's out, so the centre-back partnerships pick themselves. The options in midfield, it goes Fred, Pogba, McTominay, and Matic. For me, this is the best midfield pairing that we can have. I think Fred is not a natural DM, but he's more defensive than McTominay. Matic is a natural DM, but he doesn't have the legs that we're going to need in that midfield with Fred. Pogba is box to box. McTominay is box to box. No prizes for guessing who is the better. Now, the only issue with Pogba is how fit is he? How long can he last? You know, would it be better for him to come off the bench in the last 20, 30 minutes? You could argue that, but does that mean we're chasing the game if we're having to bring on Pogba, or is it a case of that we're maybe controlling the game? I don't know. I want to start the game with the best team, and maybe you don't play Pogba against Leicester. Maybe you bring him off the bench in that game. I think controlling and having a presence and some technical ability on the ball in the midfield is so important, because that's where we lost out in the first game. So I would start Pogba for this game. And of course, Bruno Fernandes, he picks himself. There's no Martial, there's no Cavani. So again, the front line really picks himself. I think Mata's also out, unless you're going to throw in Van der Beek, which, where do you put him? You know, there's a lot of talk about Van der Beek and his future at Manchester United. His international manager, Frank de Boer, came out and said, well, I've spoken to the agent, and he's happy at Manchester United. You know, he wants to play more. Of course, he's disappointed he hasn't played as much, but he has no plans on leaving Manchester United in the summer. He's just come up from injury. I'd like to see him at some point today. You know, there's talk whether Amad Diallo should be starting, but I would go with Dan James. To be fair, even if Cavani was available, I would have gone with Dan James anyway. I would have gone with Rashford on the left and either Cavani or Greenwood up front, and I would have gone with Dan James, because he's the only one, even though for me he's not good enough, he's the only player in that front line whose first thought is to pass, to assist rather than to score. Now, of course, the question is he good enough to do that on a regular basis? We know he's not. You know, he messed up a counter-attack in the last game against against West Ham. There's times he's crossing the ball and there's no one in there. He lacks some of that intelligence, but he can still offer something that the others don't offer in terms of just the instinct, or should I say the want to create rather than to shoot. Mason Greenwood and Rashford are goal scorers. You know, one's a wide goal scorer for me, one's a striker. And I think Daniel James, you know, as low as his ability may be, he will complement them more than, let's say, if we had Greenwood on the right and Cavani through the middle, because Greenwood also likes to shoot. How does that benefit a Cavani? I would have Dan James starting, of course. Oh, is the lineup out? Oh, the lineup is out. I didn't. Yeah, so no, this was my team. So we've gone with Henderson, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Lindelof, Shaw, Fred and McTominay. Pogba is, I guess Pogba's on the bench. Pogba must be on the bench. I mean, I can change this, to be honest. I can do that now, just for the sake of the video. But yeah, this was what I wanted to see. But I understand why, if Pogba is not fit enough to start this game, I can change that anyway. But yeah, I don't know if is it necessary. Yeah, let me do that anyway. I'll do that. But yeah, for me, yeah, I guess Pogba's not. See, this is the issue now. You got Fred and McTominay in the middle. How are we going to control the game? How are we going to get on top and boss AC Milan? I know, yes, they're a good side, but we need to be going there with the intention of dominating the game. You can't allow them to dominate both at home and both away. We have to have a plan to at least dominate on one term. We can't just be like, yeah, we're going to play on the counter attack, because when you give them that initiative, there's a chance they can take it. They could have scored very, very early in the first game. They had a goal disallowed by Kessie for a handball. So are we going to allow them to have the initiative as well? Is that what we're going to do for this time? I hope not. But the issue is when you have a Fred and you have a McTominay, that's what you do. We've seen them in enough games. You know, Man City is one that we think about in the way that they just weren't able, especially in the first half, weren't able to just get the ball into the attackers. We just kept losing and they kept coming back. So let me just double check if that team is correct as I have it. Bear with me 1 second, guys. So we've gone Henderson, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Lindelof, Shaw, Fred, McTominay, Fernandes, yeah, that's correct. And I hope with Greenwood through the middle, as opposed to Greenwood on the right. In the West Ham game, there was a period where he was playing Greenwood through the middle. I think Rashford is a natural left winger. Greenwood for me is a natural striker. He will learn the role. He's not there yet, but he will learn the role. And I think you have to give him the opportunity through there. Leave Rashford in his best position. Let him do what he's been doing. You know, to be fair, he's not even playing great at the moment. He's not bang on in form. But for me, you put your best players in your best position. So that means Bruno, that means Rashford, that means Greenwood. You put them in their best positions and let them do their job. Let's see. So, well, at least Rashi's back. Yeah, of course he wasn't in the first leg, but he did play against West Ham. We won't be depending on their lineup. I think energy versus Kessie, etc., is key, and Pogba can't be matched. So, yeah, no, I get that. I understand why Pogba's not starting. It makes sense. I wish he was match fit. I guess I wish he was. Milan might channel their inner 2007 second leg. Yeah, we had a lot of different issues going to second leg injuries. I think Rio Ferdinand was out as well. And that was a top quality side, man. That was Kaká, Seedorf, Gilardino. They're quality players. This AC Milan side ain't like that. Also, Scott got big goals this season when he's allowed to attack. Yeah, and we're going to probably need it from him as well. Pogba on the bench. And let me actually see AC Milan's team because I haven't actually seen. Man said congratulations to AC Milan. You giving up already? You giving up already? Listen, our away record is good. It ain't going to be easy. It'll be interesting. Let's see what they've gone with. Donnarumma, Kalulu, Kea, Tomori, Theo Hernandez, Krunic, Kessie, Maita, his name? Maiti? Can't remember. Castillo, Kalinoglu, Salamakers. So Zlatan is on the bench, I guess. Yeah, Zlatan and Diogo Dalot are both on the bench. Yeah, no, we're gonna if we're planning on keeping the ball, possession, pushing them back into their area, it's not gonna happen. Not with Fred and McTominay, it's not gonna happen. But we can score goals. We just need to transition very, very quickly. The problem is what McTominay and Fred are going to turn up. Now, generally, their passing through the middle ain't great, but we've seen at times that they can transition very quickly. We need to get into our running early. We can't afford to start this game slow. Too many games we start slow. 10, 15 minutes, we're starting slow. We're building up into the game. If we do that today, we could be 1-0 down, and then we're chasing the game. We really don't want to be chasing the game. So, of course, that's the lineup that's been confirmed. The only change was McTominay in, Pogba out. It's not going to be easy without Pogba. It's really not. Van der Beek, I'm guessing Van der Beek is on the bench as well. He should be anyway. Why am I not seeing? Let's see. Van der Beek. So you got De Gea, Lee Grant, two goalkeepers. Why have they two goalkeepers? Both sides got two goalkeepers on the bench. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Strange. Anyway, Pogba, Diallo, Telles, Matic, Brandon Williams, Van der Beek, and Tuanzebe. So we haven't got no forwards. We've got Van der Beek, Diallo, and Pogba. Those are the attacking players we've got. Alex Telles is, he's an attacking fullback, but Pogba, Van der Beek, and Diallo is who we got to choose from if we come off if we need to chase a goal. We've got no strikers, no goal scorers on the bench, which is a problem. We're gonna have to rely on Rashford, Greenwood, and of course Bruno. Probably, not necessarily to play 90 minutes, but one of them's gonna have to come up trumps. So let's be honest, one of them are gonna have to come up trumps. So yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. But I think we can do it. Red Devil Dog says, damn, RDS Milan. Oh, Red Devil. Milan aren't that good. So we got Red Devil Dog and Red Devil Studio. We had Matic, Telles, no Rashford. Just took City apart. This ain't the same game. So we walk away 3-1 winners. Because this team still doesn't have a lot of creativity, and now Lindelof is in the team, so it'll be less progressive anyway. Listen, we can win. We can win. And I have to back the team. I just have to back the boys, innit? It ain't gonna be easy. We need to get the first goal. I'm going 2-1. I'm going 2-1 Manchester United. We can get the first goal. Everything can relax. Everything just relax a bit. Get the first goal and relax. And if we get the first goal, of course, then it plays into our hands because they have to come out and then we can hit them on the break. Dan James, Rashford, Mason Greenwood. We have to be clinical. As I said, we start a lot of games slow, first and foremost, in terms of allowing them chances, but then we have opportunities to score and we don't take them. We have to be clinical. We missed a lot of chances against, a lot of chances against West Ham. I think Rashford had an easy header. Mason Greenwood had one on the break. We missed up a few breaks as well. We need to take our chances when they come. At this level, you're not going to get a hatful of chances. So when you get it, you have to take it. Bruno, I think Bruno can have a good game today. But that midfield it's going to be tough. And you know what? Having Pogba off the bench ain't the worst thing. I mean, there's a lot of teams who would love to have a Pogba off the bench. A lot of teams. So, yeah. I would I think we can do this. There's no reason, there's nothing that scares me about AC Milan. I know we're not great, but AC Milan aren't great either. So why haven't we got a chance? It's 1-1. Why haven't we got a chance? Unless we're saying we're not going to score, which doesn't very often happen, to be fair, in the big games we have. But unless we're saying we're not going to score, then we've got a chance. And I think we will score. So we got a chance. Red Devil says last game it was Ahmad that scored, but Dan James starts. I don't have an issue with Dan James starting personally. Ahmad came off the bench and got a goal, looked good. He could have started, I agree. But to have Ahmad on the right, Greenwood through the middle, is it too inexperienced? Dan James has been okay in the last few weeks, nothing spectacular. Okay. But you got 5 subs in European football. You can bring on Ahmad, you can bring on Van der Beek, you can bring on Pogba, and they all can have an impact to different levels in it. So I'm not mad about that. And maybe, I don't know who's going to be available on Sunday. If Dan James starts today, maybe we see Ahmad against Leicester. We have to, of course, manage everything. Red Devil says first half, Dalla was a problem, and James helps us because James was on left wing last time. And it's going to be Theo Hernandez down the left-hand side, and he is very dangerous. He's a very good attacking fullback. So, yeah, Dan James will definitely help with that, without a shadow of a doubt. I don't have an issue with the lineup other than the fact that it's Fred and McTominay in the middle, which means that we're relying heavily on Bruno Fernandes to create. Rashford can get an assist, but he's not a creator. Dan James ain't a goal scorer, but he's not a great creator either. We're relying heavily on Bruno Fernandes. Because even when McTominay bursts forward, what does he do? He bursts forward to score. So again, it's Bruno Fernandes and it's Luke Shaw. That's where our creation is coming from. Bruno Fernandes and Luke Shaw, who, I mean, no surprise, are our best creators or highest creators this season. But guys, smash a like on the video. I'm heading over to the football dugout for the Q&A, so make sure you head over there. You don't need to worry about Arsenal. We know they're going through. You don't have to worry about Spurs. We know they're going through. Head over to football dugout for our Thursday night Q&A, and I will see you very, very soon. I will see you for the match review, actually. First on the football terrace. Hopefully we win, then I'll be over here and I'll get you lot's thoughts. Obviously we can interact in the chat and let me know what you think, and hopefully we will be in the draw for the Europa League quarterfinals. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you soon.